Sit back, relax. If there's anything we can do to make your flight a little more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask.
Now that we know what's in the new fiduciary rule, I can only hope that it is vacated as quickly as possible. However, if the industry is unsuccessful, this is a good time to think about how insurers will have to modify their practices. With that in mind, I'm going to make 4 predictions. First, the long-standing model of insurance carrier as strictly product manufacturer is dead. Under the fiduciary rule, insurers have too great a degree of liability potential to not know how agents are generating sales of the insurer's products. To have the greatest degree of protection, insurer's sales must be secondary to a process. The insurer must fully understand the process that the advisor and agent are using, and ideally the insurer will be the sponsor of the process. The process must be consumer-oriented, transparent, and must both rationalize and validate the need for the insurer's products. The process must also memorialize the transaction in a way that preserves all of the dynamics around the sale, so that if a complaint arises even years hence, the insurer and agent will be able to demonstrate conclusively that the client understood what was being purchased, agreed with the rationale for the purchase, went through a profiling process that validated the purchase, and even signed an after-action summary agreeing with all aspects of the purchase. The second prediction is that known content is going to become extraordinarily important. It is simply too risky for insurers not to know how their products are being described at the point of sale. Now, as a content creator of annuity sales presentations that have helped leading insurers generate billions in sales growth, this shift is good for me personally, because I understand the power of having a client watch, listen, feel, reach an emotional level, understanding of a product through one of these presentations. If there is ever a client complaint even years after the sale was consummated, the ability to show proof that the client watched one of these compliant presentations is evidence that the client was given an accurate description of the product, including all costs, provisions, and benefits. It will be hard for a jury to find against an insurer if the insurer can demonstrate that the client watched one of these compliant presentations. My third prediction is about partnership. Carriers and independent agents are about to enter into closer partnerships than we've seen in decades. Trust will be a major feature of these relationships, but the trust will only come after the process has been established that the carrier defines and the agent follows. As a result, agents will spread their business across fewer insurers. Finally, the marketplace battle in recruiting will hinge on value added to a greater extent than it has in decades. Agents will be attracted to carriers that have the systems and the sales tools that help them be protected, but also position the agent to make more annuity sales. Look, as much as we may disdain the new fiduciary rule, and I've been out as front as anyone in my criticism of it, perhaps more than anyone in the industry, this dimension of closer partnership between carrier and agent will prove to be a very healthy development. Let me know what you think about my predictions by commenting. Until then, thanks for tuning in. This is a Mackie a Minute. Have a great day.